Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are continuing with Sakura Succubus 9. As far as I'm concerned, other than playing the game yourself, the only place where you can watch it as well. So we are at the point where I'm the only one playing on YouTube. Let's go. I mean, I'm not complaining, that's for sure. Let us continue, because it's the following morning, after the events of the yesterday's episode.
Ogasawara, Mr. Ogasawara.
Something's shaking me.
Mr. Ogasawara, it is time to wake up. As your humble, devoted maid, I have come here to rouse you. Please rise from your bed. I know the sheets are comfortable and it is cold outside, but it is slovenly to spend too much of your time lolling about. I'm sure there is much more of Astoria you wish to explore than your bed inside the palace.
Will you go with me? Still shaking me. I can feel the pressure about my shoulders and fingers sinking into my skin. Somebody's shaking me. Who could be?
Mr. Ogasawara.
Well, based on their voice, they sound like an attractive woman.
Where did that come from? It's a risky thing to say, to be honest. Never judge someone by their voice.
I guess that's a nice way to start the day, if nothing else. Yeah, but who is it, yeah? But this would hardly be the first time I've been woken up by an attractive woman. Yeah. At this point in my life, it's nothing special. Dude, what do you mean? Of course it's still special.
Mr. Ogasawara.
Huh? Maybe I'm getting jaded. Am I taking my harem for granted? Yes, you punk. This might be why my fellow coworkers don't like me. No, it's not because of that only. Have I been acting like a spoiled brat? Also, it's because you eat chips that have the flavor of garlic, man. Come on. I would stay away from you just because of that.
Mr. Ogasawara.
Well, whatever. I have distinct memories of being shaken up out of bed by Hazel in the early hours of the morning to go jogging. Ah, good times. These are painful memories. Pathetic. Hiroki, pathetic. However, ones that I'd rather forget. What is wrong with you, man? Everything. And I have memories too of being jolted into wakefulness by a foot to the face, courtesy of Yue. I think that led to some pretty painful moments too.
Mr. Ogasawara, please, you simply must rouse yourself. It is unseemly, you know, to drool over your chin at your age. You are not a child.
But I don't think this voice belongs to Hazel or you. Dude, you don't say. Maybe because they are not there. It's a little deeper than theirs and slightly more mature. When I think of mature, my thoughts typically stray towards Marina. She's also not there. But she didn't come to Astoria with me this time. Congrats on dedicating that. That must mean... Slowly I crack my eyelids open. I blink like a newborn, trying to disperse the white spots which have begun to flicker in front of my vision, and then see her. Elizabeth, right? Right? Yes! Alright, quick thumbnail moment. I'm being straddled by a pretty woman with a sizable bust. The best girl in Astoria. Her hair is silver and it tumbles about her slender shoulders in waves. Her eyes, meanwhile, are narrowed and her lips are pursed in what looks to be a distaste. Her fingers are held around my shoulders, her hands white as bone china. Her complexion is pale, which contrasts starkly with her attire, a plain black and white maid's dress. Good, perfection. It is, of course...
Elizabeth? Good. I'm glad that to see that you still recognize me. I suppose you aren't completely hopeless.
Elizabeth rose away from me, her eyes narrowed.
It took me such a long time to wake you. Part of me had begun to worry that you might be suffering from some undisclosed medical condition. You aren't feeling sick, are ya?
I don't think so. I'm just a little jet-lagged. The journey from Japan to Astoria is no joke. My sense of time is all off. Speaking of time. What time is it anyway?
It's 8 in the morning.
8, huh? Astoria is several hours behind Japan. To me it feels like it should be time to get ready for bed. Here, however, it's time to get up and start a brand new day. The sunlight... I've never freaking traveled like that, so I don't know about jet lag, man. I wonder if I'd be influenced by it or not. The sunlight's pretty bright, despite it being rather chilly out. My eyes are starting to stink. I guess I've got to wake up then, even if I don't want to. I don't want to disappoint Stefania.
Good. I'm glad that you still possess some of your senses, overtaxed though they might be from your travels. Milady has missed you a good deal during her absence.
Wait, what did he say?
For fuck's sake. I want to spend time with Elizabeth, goddammit. Milady has missed you a good deal during her absence. She'll be very upset if she cannot spend a bit of time with you.
I'd rather spend time with you for Elizabeth, Lizzie.
Sleep can wait. It is for the weak.
Yeah.
For the present, Milady's happiness is all which ought to matter.
I mean, I guess I live by the rule of sleep is for the weak, given the fact that once again I record at night because I must. Yeah, I can do it during the day sadly now. Hey. I grin. It's been a while since I last saw Elizabeth, but she hasn't changed at all. Her dedication to Stefania is as fierce as always, so much so it's a little overwhelming. Sometimes I wonder how Stefania copes with a maid like Elizabeth. Dude, I don't care. I want to spend time with Elizabeth. I know that Elizabeth is perfectly nice to Stefania. She adores her after all. But if I were Stefania, I'd feel stifled. Well, it's your problem. I feel she's great. You sure do love Stefania a lot, don't you?
Well, naturally. That should go without saying.
Elizabeth sniffs aloofly.
What use is there in stating the obvious? You're accomplishing nothing save wasting time.
Wait, what? Oh boy. Oh boy. So she's been challenged, or more like she challenged the maid as a profession, and now she has to deliver. Good luck with that.
Oh, that's Hiroki, alright?
Another voice pipes up, one which I tell belongs to Ayu, and...
He's not the brightest bulb in the box. He's always saying things which don't need to be said. Sometimes I wish he'd just put a sock in it. Even when he's half asleep, he grates on my nerves. Why he's so popular, I have no idea.
Good morning to you too, Ayu. Very good to see you too. Nice of you to come and wake me up with Elizabeth, especially when I'm sure you have a lot of other things to do. But why go through all of the effort, and why are you dressed like that? This doesn't seem like very like you.
Gee, you think? Good job working that out, genius.
Ayu scolds sulkily, though I don't think she's scolding because of anything I said. Or no, I think she's scolding because of something I said, but I don't think that's the entire reason behind her distemper. Ayu looks even more peeved than usual this morning, and interacting with me is only part of it. I think she's more upset because of her unusual attire. Ayu isn't wearing the pastel pink sweater she donned during our flight here, and neither is she wearing her freely idle getup. She's instead clad in an outfit which isn't so dissimilar to Elizabeth's. It is pretty different, though. It is pretty different. I mean, basically, Elizabeth doesn't have the white thingy around her waist. I would say, obviously, the colors are completely different. I mean, except for the fact that it's also black, but it's different, obviously. On her belly, like, the colors are different of that little thingy. Elizabeth has some kind of gold over there. Well, basically the chest is built different. Elizabeth doesn't have like a freaking choker of sorts. Also long sleeve versus short sleeve, yeah. And different headbands. Actually no. Yeah, they are different, a little different. Well, Elizabeth wins one way or another here as well. She's wearing a very classic maid outfit. For her stomach is exposed. No, it's not. And the skirt is very short. Yes, it is. I wonder what I think about this. I don't know if it really suits her. I think she looks adorable. Man, I kind of expected the choice of Elizabeth saying... Dude, Wingcloud doesn't want me to go after Elizabeth and it pisses me off. Especially since she will be such a better object of desire than the one that is forced on us, and that is Stefania, who is not even a succubus, goddammit. Let's go with adorable. Ayo doesn't seem to agree with this assessment, however. If she did, I don't think she'd be grinding her teeth together like that. She's grinding them so hard, in fact, I can hear her from the bed. How do you even manage that? Darn, if she's not careful, she'll end up sending her molars down. Will that have an impact on her singing career? Yes. I hope not. It would. On her physical image. Ayu tugs at her skirt dissolently. Her indigo eyes narrowed.
This is so ridiculous. I can't believe I'm wearing something like this.
Yeah, I'm having a pretty hard time believing it too. You don't strike me as the sort of person who likes serving others. I thought you preferred to be served instead?
Naturally. I think all of us succubi are like that to a degree. Apart from this weirdo here, maybe.
I should causing look at the weirdo in question. Elizabeth, meanwhile, looks quite unperturbed. Her expression doesn't even shift.
She might find a degree of masochistic happiness in slavery, but the same doesn't apply to me, not one bit. This isn't like me at all.
I did think your getup was pretty uncharacteristic, yeah. So how did you end up dressed like that? You didn't lose a bet, did you?
Not exactly. It's kind of embarrassing, but I might have been forced into it.
Yeah. Forced by who?
Who do you think? Do you know anybody who's obsessed with the idea of being an ideal mate other than her?
Good. I should particularly vitriolic look at Elizabeth, who, as is to be expected, looks completely unmoved. She doesn't even blink. I should have known, I guess. If anybody in the palace was going to get Ayu to dress like this, it would be Elizabeth. Let's go, girl. Elizabeth fancies herself as a maid extraordinaire. She takes her job exceedingly seriously. So much so, she practically seems to live in her maid uniform. You just made me realize I would like to see her in some other clothes as well. I bet she would be equally beautiful. To her, it isn't just a uniform, it's almost like a second skin. Oh, yeah, maybe also she would feel uncomfortable in like everyday clothes. I want to see that. Elizabeth got pretty angry, as I recall, when I took her to a maid cafe with Cosmos and Stefania. Yeah, with Cosmos, kind of. She thought that the maids were just playing the role without taking it seriously. Well, I mean, she did argue with Cosmos about that, right? But Cosmos was like, no, they take this seriously and so on. Anywho. She elected herself as the head maid, then started wiping the other maids in shape, instructing them on the art of true maidhood. It was pretty impressive actually, just how invested she got. Did she do the same thing to Ayu? Why would she fall? Is there a reason why you made Ayu dress like that, Elizabeth? I mean, last night's conversation? Right?
Naturally, I don't do these things for fun, you know.
Believe me, I know, yeah. Some people might regard being a maid as similar to throwing on a cute outfit and dressing people as milady or master, but Elizabeth isn't such a person. She's always been 100% serious when her maid duties are involved.
I thought it prudent of me to teach Ayu a lesson. That is all. After her conduct at the dinner table yesterday.
Told ya. What lesson?
Yes, that is what I wish to know! What is breaking into my bedroom early in the morning, forcing me into this silly outfit and demanding that I wake Hiroki up with you men to teach me?
Huh, did all that happen to Ayu earlier? It sounds like she's had a much rougher morning than I have. It's no wonder she looks so pissed. I would say she looks embarrassed, but...
It is meant to teach you how hard we maids work. Don't think I didn't see you last night, turning your nose up at us domestic workers. I know that you think of yourself as superior to us, but that will simply not do. It takes hard work and dedication to be a maid. Just takes hard work and dedication to become an idol.
I'll be honest, I have more respect for maids than for idols, that's for sure.
You are not superior to me, and so have no right to look down your nose at me. This profession is one I have labored in for many years. I treat my job with respect it deserves. And if you are to live in the palace, then I wish for you to adjust your attitude, and to treat us maids with a similar degree of respect. I believe that I'm owed that. Respect you?
I pulls a face.
Are you kidding me? We have been through this already.
Elizabeth sighs.
I do not want to labor the point, but I must resist. Yes, I'm being serious. I don't tell jokes about my profession. Being a maid is, as the kids might say, serious business, to me at least.
By the way, that sandwich looks good.
Well, good, I'm glad you found your calling in life and you're happy with it, yada yada yada. But I'm not a maid, I'm an idol, that's my job description, and as an idol, I'm an exalted being. I exist to be put on pedestal. For the people to worship me. The foolish masses might think that I sing for them, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
That's... okay, now I agree. I definitely agree that what she said is true.
I sing for myself, so fawn over me. As an idol, people have an obligation to flatter my ego. I can see the pleasure in flattering other people. It sounds demeaning. You think that my profession is demeaning?
Elizabeth frowns.
Dear me, I was trying to give you a benefit of doubt, but it seems I was too lenient.
Oh, we are going on a hard training now.
What are you talking about?
I would try to sound unconcerned, but I can hear her voice waver regardless. Is she afraid of Elizabeth?
Dude, I wonder who, like Elizabeth, might have been in the Succubus realm.
I feel like she's super strong. Anyway, if so, I wouldn't be wholly surprised. Elizabeth does have quite the commanding presence, yeah. Sometimes feel afraid of her myself. I don't. I want to know more about her. She's very assertive.
Forget about being a halfway decent maid. I think you need to learn how to be a halfway decent human being.
Hell yeah.
I consider you consider yourself superior to everybody. But that will simply not do. I know little about idols, but I do know that you would not enjoy the fame and the money you have grown accustomed to, were it not for your fans. You ought to appreciate them more. I do appreciate them.
You do? That's news to me.
Well, I appreciate their money at least. Isn't that the same thing?
Not really, no. In fact, that makes you sound even worse.
Indeed it does. This is such a sorry state of affairs. I have no desire to break well, but you leave me little of choice. You are forcing my hand, Miss Ayu. No. Ayu.
Elizabeth's eyes narrow.
You might be guest of me ladies, but I will not recognize you as my superior. Not when you continue to look down on me so. You have no idea how much grit and determination it takes to be a true maid. And I don't think you understand what it takes to be an idol either. Your conduct is most unsatisfactory, but I have faith in myself, and I believe I can rectify your poor attitude. It will be hard work, but I'm sure I'll be able to reshape you as a kind, pleasant person in the end. That is my goal.
Good luck, girl.
Like I care about your goals. I have a concert I need to be practicing for. I really don't have the time to be messing around like this. That is what you think, but I disagree. As an idol, I think you ought to spend more time learning how to make other people happy. You owe your fans that much. And who are you to lecture me, huh? You're a nobody! That is not at all accurate. I'm not nobody. My name is Elizabeth, and I am proud maid to the fair Princess Stefania. I adore milady with all of my heart, and I am determined to make her smile. I love milady as you ought to love your fans, purely without any ulterior motivations. That is how a true idol ought to be.
I don't think that going that far is a good idea. Respecting them, obviously. In a way, appreciating what they are doing for you by attending concerts and so on, obviously. I don't know, when you have a meeting with fans being good, like good for them and so on. Yes. But like saying you love them and so on, that's a bit too far. But that's in my opinion.
Now let me show you how it's done. I will give you a lesson in love that you shall not forget anytime soon.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Ayu takes a step back, her hands clasped in her front.
What are you talking about? You will find out presently. Now come, follow my instructions. If you allow me, I'm sure I will be able to reshape you into a person worthy of being an idol. I will smooth out that nasty negative attitude of yours for good. And I will help you become an idol that people will fall in love with all across the land. You sure talking big for a scullery maid? How do you propose to teach me all of the things, Cinderella? How do you think?
Elizabeth smiles thinly.
We have somebody to practice on right here.
Huh?
My apologies for arguing by your bedside, Mr. Ogasawara. As maid, it is rather unbecoming of me. Let me make amends by waking you up properly, alongside my charming assistant here. She is a new maid, and there is much about this profession she does not know. In many aspects, she is awkward and clumsy. But I hope that you will be able to overlook that. Please try and forgive her. No matter how she might act, I know that she too wants nothing more than to make you comfortable. My gracious, most wonderful master.
Okay. Breakfast later that morning is a surprisingly subdued experience. I assume you would have been livelier, given the eccentric personalities of the girls assembled in Astoria's palace, but apparently not. Ayu isn't present for the breakfast at all. She heads off pretty early, immediately after waking me up with Elizabeth. She says she has to rehearse for her upcoming concert. And she won't be around very much as a result. She has too much work to do to laze around. Unlike you, Hiroki, you lay about.
Unlike you, Hiroki, you lay about.
Yeah, I don't think Elizabeth's attempts to soften the edges of Mayu's personality have had much of an impact, but at least she tried. I mean, who said she's finished with trying? She made a noble attempt to school our favorite twin-tailed tsundere. But some people just don't want to change. It's fine I like Ayu the way she is. It's a bit disappointing. What am I supposed to say now? Is it disappointing? Maybe a bit. Dude, I just want to spend time with Elizabeth. If we are in Astoria, Elizabeth is the only one that matters. Come on. And the game refuses me that. Fine, I'm gonna say it's fine if I like the way she is. Whatever. That's fine by me if I like just the way she is. Sharp edges and all. I think Ayu's grumpy, pouting ways are pretty good, actually. I mean... Sure. But she sometimes overdoes it. It's sweet how easily she gets huffy, and part of me does enjoy pushing her buttons. For I doubt I would be very happy if she knew that. Then again, she's really happy about anything. She's rarely happy about anything. I'm not surprised that Ayu isn't around, but I'm surprised to find that Alice and Cosmos are absent. From what I've gathered, Alice's photoshoot isn't until a few days from now, and Cosmos doesn't even have any work to do. Oh no, are we going... Oh no. Are we going to spend time with Stefania? Damn it. Ask Hifumi about this curiously as I slide into my seat at the table, and she answers with a smile.
Alice told me earlier that she wanted to do a bit of exploration, that she has come to Astoria, and she did not want to waste a single moment. From what I've gathered, she had quite a sheltered upbringing, and she's not had much of a chance to see the world. She was too anxious to go on her own, however, so Cosmos agreed to accompany her.
Dude, Cosmos is a wonderful friend to every single one of them.
The pair of them have already set off. Alice seemed rather excited. For privately, I think Alice wanted to forgo breakfast because she did not want to see Stefania or Elizabeth. I think she's still a bit embarrassed about what happened last night.
He familiarly delivers the last part in a whisper, presumably for Stefania's benefit. She probably doesn't want Stefania to overhear this, lest her feelings get hurt. Oh, I see. I note in response as I reach for a bread roll, which is lying in a wicker basket at the center of the table, freshly baked and piping hot. That makes sense, yeah? Me and Cosmos might have tried to cheer Alice up last night after her huge social faux pas with the soup. But tried really is the key word here. It can be pretty hard to successfully cheer Alice up once she's got into one of her funks. I'm sure she'll get better in time, but for the present it might be for the best if we let her keep her distance from Stefania. I'm sure she'll recover in time, yeah. At least I hope she will. I mean, I hope to be quite fair. I start to butter my bread roll with the flat of my knife while Stefania smiles at me.
Good morning, Hiroki. It's good to see you. I hope that you slept well.
Yeah, slept really well, thank you. I should go with saying, but the place is still nicer than my place back in Tokyo. I can rest more soundly on these beds when I can my ratty old futon.
I'm glad to hear it. For I think you're being a bit harsh, eh? I rather liked staying in your apartment. It made quite a change from everything I'm used to.
I bet it did. Stefania and Elizabeth both came to visit me in Japan a few months ago. Right at the beginning of the new year. I wish it was just Elizabeth. It was very cold, for not as cold as Astoria. And for the heating in my apartment kept chugging along, it was hardly as comfortable as the palace. I felt a bit embarrassed actually, having Stefania and Elizabeth sleeping in my cramped, teeny tiny room on spare futons. I don't think Elizabeth enjoyed the experience too much. She made every indication that she thought such lodgings were insufficient for a princess. Which, to be fair, they were. Stefania deserved a lot more, for she didn't seem to mind.
Thank you, for it was a novel experience. It was a bit like having a sleepover. Your lodgings were cramped, but they were also cozy. We were better able to interact with one another. The palace might be luxurious, but I often think it's too large. It can be a bit imposing, there being so many empty unused rooms. And it is very easy to miss one another. Sometimes the palace feels more like a hotel than it does a real home. Too much space can be just as constricting as having too little of it. But oh!
Stefania starts and smiles abashedly.
Let's not each other in good as always. I seem to do that a lot when I'm with you, Hiroki. I hope you can forgive me for waffling.
It's fine. I happen to like listening to the waffling.
No, I don't. You do!
I would rather actually listen to Elizabeth, obviously.
Why would he not? You are adorable, milady. I know that I consider myself exceedingly fortunate that I can be with you as often as I am. I can converse with you on such a regular basis.
Yeah, I'd rather have Elizabeth.
I'm a very lucky woman indeed. I quite agree. You're very charming, Stefania. I couldn't have asked for a better pupil. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh,
Stefania flushes cutely, her head hanging.
I'm really not sure about that. I think you're all flattering me. But the compliments are appreciated, I suppose, eh?
Stefania giggles, then takes a sip of her tea. Like... something like that? Probably not. She lets the taste of the tea percolate on her tongue for a few minutes before she next speaks. What about... whatever.
So, plans today, Hiroki?
Chase after Elizabeth all day long. Plans? No, that's a good question. I'd not thought about it. Not like I have never impressing I need to be. I was planning to hang around with Cosmos Stanleys, but I guess I already headed off.
Oh my god, that would be so much better of a day. Yes, indeed. I'd not get a chance to wish them good morning myself, for he vomited. She said they were quite in a hurry. I'm not sure what it was they were so excited to see, but never mind it.
Svanya smiled sweetly, blissfully unaware of Alice's real intentions.
I would offer to spend time with you myself, Hiroki, but I'm actually planning to play Karuto Humi for the most of the day.
Yes!
It's been a while since I had a worthy opponent to play against, and I want to make the most of it. Naturally, you would be more than welcome to watch if you want.
No.
But I'm sure just how interesting that would be.
Not at all. Elizabeth, are you free? Come on, please. I'm begging you, the gods of video games. Elizabeth, let me spend some time with her. That's a good point. Karuto might be a riveting sport for the players, but it's not very active. The game mostly consists of two people staring at one another from across the sea of cards for hours on end. It's very low-key. At least until both players make a simultaneous launch at the same card. That can be kind of interesting, I guess. Karuto's a slightly more active sport than Shogi or Go, because the players have to actually coordinate their movements. But it's still not my go-to source of entertainment. It's not exactly soccer. Football fans from all over Europe right now cringing. Except for me, who doesn't care anymore, to be honest, what you call it. Or hell, tennis. Tennis is actually pretty good for. Especially if it's Hazel playing. I'm not sure if I want to stay coped up in the palace all day, not when I just had such a long playing journey. I think I've had enough sitting in to last me a while.
That is a good point. Perhaps you might want to stretch your legs.
Good idea. I didn't get to see much of... I'm pretty sure it should be off, but not or. But Rosenberg... Oh yeah, wait, was Rosenberg the country and Astoria was its capital? Am I freaking incorrect now? Wait. Now you got me confused. I don't remember Rosenberg ever being mentioned, to be honest. Quickly descriptions, reading. Stefania, Princess of Astoria. Okay, Astoria is the country. So Rosenberg must be the city we're in? I don't know. I think there's still a lot for more to see. I guess I might as well go out there and take a look.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Hope you enjoy yourself, Hiroki.
Can I take Elizabeth with me, please?
Just be sure to bundle up warm. It's very cold this time of year.
I had noticed, yeah. I smiled, touched by Stefania's concern. Really? I'll take care of myself, you don't need to worry. I promise I'll come back in one piece with all of my fingers touched. It would be a bad look if I caught hypothermia. Dude, it's not that cold in Europe, like, come on. Ridiculous behavior.
It would indeed. It would cause me lady no end of stress.
What about you? Would it stress you?
She cares about you a good deal, I don't care. So much so it does not do to joke about such topics.
What about you, Elizabeth?
You will be alright, Mr. Ogasawara. Otherwise, there will be trouble.
Right. I get that Elizabeth is trying to support me, at least I think she is, but there is something pretty sinister about the way she said that. What would she do if I did catch hypothermia? Suplex me? Probably. I want to go with her, goddammit. Elizabeth is a Succubus herself, yeah we know. And they're stronger than normal humans. I don't think it will be beyond the realm of possibility. I guess I'll have to ensure I don't get hurt then. Not that I was really planning on that. If I got injured, it would scupper up my plans to see more of Astoria, which would be a shame. It's a very pretty country. I recall from my last time here, but looks incredibly picturesque, just like something you'd expect to see on a postcard. I think it might be nice to take a few photos of my surroundings. Now that I'm here, I don't want to pass up on the opportunity. It's simple pleasures like these that make people happy.
I hope you have a good time, Hiroki. I'll be waiting here to greet you when you return. Oh yes, me too!
Thank you, Hifumi. I'm looking forward to meeting you again after I return. Especially you, Hifumi. Yeah.
Please tell me everything about your day out. I would love to hear about everything you've been getting up to. I'll even have Lizzie make you some hot chocolate on return.
She's not going with me. Damn it!
If you'd like, that should help warm you up again in no time.
Hell yeah, by the way, hot chocolate. Oh, yes. Dude, I need to make a note for today. I'm making hot chocolate for myself today. I don't care. Make yourself hot chocolate. Boom. I'm weird, I know.
Certainly, milady. If that is what you wish, I'll be only happy to oblige.
I mean, I wish you would just want to do that yourself, to be honest. I feel like through entire Sakura Succubus, Elizabeth will be that unattainable love.
I'm so sad.
That and having a trio of cute girls waiting for me when I get back. Hifumi, Elizabeth, and who else? That's something to be happy about too. Heh. I allow myself a small smile. Not for the first time I'm struck with just how fortunate I am. I'm incredibly lucky. A little while later. Now let's see. Nice place. Dude, it's frozen. I bet a lot of people are sliding like crazy over here. I wonder if the fontaine itself is frozen or if it's keep with the warm water. You know what, now that I think about it, be it winter or whatever, basically winter to be fair. I have not managed to slide at all in years. I guess it's the years of practice on walking during winter in like casual shoes, to be honest. Pretty much. I didn't really like winter shoes in general. I got changed into that fall. Like I got convinced. Yeah, convinced. I got convinced by own self to finally get a pair of winter shoes, and now I'm wearing those in winter always. Surprisingly comfy. But I'm not wearing them if I have to drive a car, that's for sure. Way too heavy for that. Anyway, let's see around. It's a super cool market, I like that. To be quite fair, if you want to buy like vegetables, fruits, even like meat, I would suggest you go to markets like that. At least you are getting actually really good stuff. Not the stuff that you get from supermarkets, which is meh. I mean, maybe meh, not meh, but definitely not living to the level of basically actual proper markets with proper farmers selling stuff and so on. Or just people having their own gardens, basically. Yeah. Also, there is a hot bakery. Let's go there. Now, let's see. I'm standing in the central plaza of Astoria's capital city, Rosenberg. Okay, so Rosenberg is the capital of Astoria. Got it. Kind of as I said, I think. My camera about my neck and my body clad in a heavy-duty coat. It might be March, but it is, like Stefania forewarned me, pretty chilly. Yeah, you can get winter basically in March still in Europe. I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks. What? 2 pairs of underwear. What is wrong with you? And a pair of gloves. But the icy wind still managed to find a way to slice through my defenses. Dude, Hiroki is such a weakling. In fact, I think it might be even colder now than it was during my last visit to Astoria, and that was back in January. It can happen. Brrr. I shudder. When I exhale, a plume of white mist escapes from my mouth. It's a good thing Stefania warned me about the cold, otherwise I would have gone outside unprepared. I mean, the moment you would step out, you would feel already, so you would just step back, but the cold helps, I guess. At least Rosenberg is just as enchanting as ever. The houses look like they've been plucked straight from a fairy tale, and the fountain in the middle of the plaza is work of art. It wasn't that long ago that I went on a date with Stefania. Ugh, why are you talking about this? For heaven's sake. Her first ever date, from what I recall. Cool. Good for you. We ate crepes together, and I even took her on the Ferris wheel. Ow! Dude, I want Elizabeth. I wonder if that wheel is still here. Maybe it's been dismantled since it's no longer the holiday season. Don't ask me. Now I'm curious. I'm not. Maybe I'll go check it out. How about no? If the Ferris wheel is here, it'd be nice to take a few photographs of it. Alright, fine. If that's what your goal, then let's go. I got some good snapshots of it already during my last visit, but a few more photos won't hurt. Yeah, especially since now you actually have, like, basically probably snow around and so on. Previously, I think there wasn't any. I pick my way along the cobblestone paths with great care, anxious that I might slip and fall on the icy ground. I won't be surprised if he will. I try to keep my wits about me alongside my balance. Since I'm pretty old, I have even further fall than a lot of other people. No. Your head has a little bit further to the ground to fall to it than other people. I don't want to fall over, that would be embarrassing, please fall. And it'd be even worse if I lost my glasses during such an altercation. I'm basically blind without them. I continue to pick my way through the streets carefully when... A high-pitched scream makes me start. What was that? I pick up the pace, walking a little more briskly while searching for the source of the scream. I don't run. I don't have a death wish. Come on, you just don't have the ability. Come on, man. But I still find myself sliding on the dice regardless. Dude, he's so weak. He's so weak. I have kind of a permission to say that. Dude, I'm literally running even in freaking winter. And I'm running on ice sometimes even. I've never freaking fallen. It's a good thing, I'm not completely uncoordinated. Dude, if you say that you're walking faster and you're close to sleeping, you are uncoordinated. Maybe working out with Hazel has had some practical benefits after all. Dude, you went maybe on 2 runs. I skimmed the street, my eyes narrowed behind the lens of my glasses and... The other idol has arrived. I'm finally able to detect the source of that cry. There's a woman slumped on the ground. I guess she must have tripped on the ice just like I was trying very hard not to. Okay, let's go spend time with her. Let's go. Her legs are sprawled inelegantly and she's rubbing her rear. Nice one. A look of pain upon her pretty face. She looks rather perturbed and there are numerous shopping bags scattered about her. A cashmere sweater is spilling out one bag. A pair of heeled shoes from another. Just say heels. She was probably out shopping. Then when she slipped...
Owie! I'm such a klutz. I can't believe I fell over like that. How embarrassing.
The woman mumbles admonishments under her breath as she continues to wrap her rear. She's looking pretty shaken, so much so I feel sorry for her. A few curious bystanders are looking at her, but nobody's hurrying forwards to help. That's when I step in. Maybe they don't want to get involved. I can understand that mindset. I'm Japanese after all, but I don't want to ignore this woman. That would seem callous. Feeling rather sorry for her, I approach her and hold out a hand. Excuse me, miss. Are you alright?
What? Oh.
The woman looks up at me. Our eyes meet, and the moment they do, I stare. I thought this woman was attractive from distance, but it's only now that I figure out how very wrong I was. She isn't just attractive, she's drop-dead gorgeous! Her cheeks are flushed, her eyes fringed with long lashes, her lips full and pearly pink. Her hair is... Dude, are we really staying with that? Are you... Brown! This is not brown! Come on, this is pink! Just like he earlier said, she's a brunette. Like, oh my, this guy is colorblind. Hiroki, you idiot, that is not brown. Come on, man. Get your shit together, this is pink clearly, god damn it. And curls sweetly about her shoulders, framing her heart-shaped face. She looks awful, for I can see the faintest suggestion of lines beneath her eyes. It's not polite to guess a woman's age, but if I was counting at that point, I'd say she's probably in her late 30s. Then you are absolutely mistaken. Maybe even her early 40s. Hiroki, you are dumb. I'm saying max 28. I think she has at least a decade on me in any case. No... What? She has a mature look to her, but that doesn't make her any less appealing. She wears her years gracefully. Duty's talking like such an asshole, by the way. She's so pretty in fact, that I have to wonder whether she's a succubus. Wow, but that seems unlikely. No, that seems likely. What are the odds of every attractive woman I ran into being a succubus? Very high? She does look familiar for. I think I might have seen her before, but I can't quite place her face. Really? Is she famous? Really? Maybe she's a TV star. I tried to rack my mind, but...
Excuse me, sir. You are staring at me rather hard. Did I do something to bother you?
What? I'm drawn from my thoughts by the woman's querying tone. Was I spacing out just now? I think I must be. How embarrassing. I'm sorry. I just thought you looked familiar, I thought. But never mind that. Here. I proffer her my hand once more. Do you need help standing?
Well...
The woman smiles, the corners of her eyes crinkling.
Aren't you a gentleman? There aren't many young women like you about nowadays. I'm afraid you're a dying breed, heh?
Yeah, too many of them follow, like, cringy people or cringy men around on YouTube and so on.
Everyone else who passed me ignored me.
Pathetic.
Not that I can blame them.
I can. And I will.
I did make quite the fool out of myself.
Don't worry about it.
It is nice to know that there are kind men like you around. However, who are willing to come to the aid of foolish old ladies such as myself?
You're not old.
I'm touched. For this little embarrassing.
The woman raises her arm, then takes my hand. Her fingers curl against mine, fingers which are long, slender, and tipped with manicured nails. This woman's fingernails simply scream elegance, just like her clothes and her hair. There is nothing too outlandish about them. Her nails are neatly trimmed, painted with nude gloss. Why do I feel like you don't call it nude gloss? Obviously, I'm no specialist, because why would I be?
Does it really?
I'm gonna check. Let's show. I would say transparent, maybe. That would make more sense to me, but not nude. Come on. Nude gloss. Never mind. Apparently they do call stuff nude gloss. Lip gloss nude pleasure. What the hell? Okay, that's ridiculous. The more you learn, huh? Not like I truly felt the need to learn that. But it's obvious enough that this is a woman who takes good care of herself. Yeah? She must put a lot of effort into her appearance. Yeah? That's the general impression I get anyway. Yeah? Ooh. I like her outfit. Dude, she's beautiful, man. Dude, you know what? I'm so glad we are not hanging with Stefania. I mean, obviously I was glad anyway, but now I'm even more glad. Let's go. Unlike Hiroki, I know who that is. Ayu's competition in Idol World, right? That returned from their retirement. If you watched the first episode, you also knew who that was already. Yeah, she's wonderful. I want her. I wouldn't say that you're not lady, mom. Wow. Why? You don't look a day over 20. Wow, I mean, you were thinking something completely different earlier, you punk. She looks freaking beautiful. Let's face it. I mean, I like her.
Oh, you.
The one titters, then bats at my arm playfully.
I thought that you were like an Asturian knight, but maybe I should resist my opinion of you. It sounds like you're like a silver-tongued lady killer instead.
If only you knew. For maybe she knows.
Although now that I think about it, some of the knights of the Round Table were renowned for being rather flirtatious themselves.
Yeah. They were.
Oh yes, Lancelot in particular was known to be quite a cur. He did sleep with King Arthur's wife after all.
Yeah.
But enough about that.
The woman smiles, a faint blush canvassing her cheeks. Is she embarrassed? Either she's still a bit flustered from that fall, or she's starting to worry that she's said too much. Whatever the case may be, I think her reaction is rather charming. She's charming. That being said, she's what the fuck are you doing? How dare you even suggest the first option? Come on, she's very cute. If it's not hardly infantilizing to think of an adult woman like that. Of course it's not, goddammit. Just as it is not weird for a girl, woman, to say to you, a man, that you're cute. Cute. If I hear from a woman that I'm cute, I take this as a win. God damn it. Anyway, if I was here, she'd probably call this woman a hack. Dude, who cares? Who cares? So it's a good thing, I guess, that I wasn't here. She'd make this encounter all kinds of awkward. I mean, if someone was younger than Ayo, for example, she would find a way to, you know, say something offensive to that person. So, you know, if someone was the same age as Ayo, she would find a different way to say something offensive. So, you know, whatever. I still like Ayo in a way. Like when she came in clutch, like she won me over a little bit. So yeah. She'd make this encounter all kinds of awkward.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm a big fan of Arthurian myths. I like the old stories like that a lot in general. Especially when they're about swordplay, magic, and daring do. Throw in a bit of romantic intrigue and that's all it takes to entice me.
I bet she would enjoy Fate.
I'm rather simple-minded, People always tell me I have my head in the clouds.
Alright. Which is not really a problem.
Which probably explains why I'm forever tripping over my own feet.
Oh. Is it a common occurrence with you then?
Falling over?
The woman smiles bashfully while pressing the tips of her index fingers together.
Unfortunately so. I'm dreadfully clumsy. You'd think I'd be more coordinated given my line of work, but evidently not.
I'm curious about this woman's life work. A gymnast, maybe. That would explain why she looks so familiar, but I don't press the subject. What are you talking about? Why would a gymnast be more familiar to you? I'm suddenly aware of the woman's shopping, which is still scattered on the street. There isn't enough of a breeze for any of these bags to blow away, thank goodness, but I don't want her shopping to get dirty. I bend down, retrieving the fallen bags, then hand them to her. Here you are, milady? I'm not sure if she'll appreciate milady or not. It might be a bit too on the nose after she told me about the fondness of the Astoria knights, but...
Oh my, you really are a gentleman. I got so caught up talking myself, I quite forgot about all of my shopping. I'm so scatterbrained, I swear. I've heard it said that I'd forget my own head if it wasn't secured onto my neck.
The woman giggles softly. She has a light, lilting sort of laugh as she takes hold of her bags.
I thought I ought to do something nice to you, to repay for your kindness, but this cinches it. You've been such a big help, dear. I absolutely have to treat you.
Yes!
Is there anything you want?
Anything I want. I blink at the woman, uncertainly bemused. Are you talking about monetarily?
Yes, if you like. I'm not hurting for money, as you might be able to tell.
The woman gestures to her numerous shopping bags, her smile a touch abashed.
I have so much of it. In fact, I'm not really sure what to do with it all.
I'd be saving that. I'm a pain, yeah, I'd be saving money. Basically, I feel like obviously I would buy some stuff, but I would try to save the money up to the point where I kind of don't have to save anymore. And also, I get enough of a percent from those savings, so I can basically live a normal life just thanks to the savings. And, you know, I would only use that percent. Maybe not even fully, sometimes. Or maybe I would basically use that percent fully, to be honest, every month. Basically live normally, and whatever stays would be spent on anime figures. You know what, I would not be surprised if actually that's what I would do. However, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately.
I can't possibly spend it all myself, so I think I ought to do something nice for you. You deserve it.
Oh, I'm very flattered, I guess. But right now, there's only one thing I want from you, and it won't cost any money either.
Oh.
The woman inclines her head, her expression curious.
And what might that be?
Well, right now, the only thing I really want from you, other than a kiss maybe for being her knight in not so shining armor, is your name.
Oof. My name?
The woman ponders this request for a few moments. It looks like she's deep in thought. For why that should be, I'm not sure. I think I asked her a fairly simple question. It should be too hard, should it? Sharing her name? I've hardly asked her the 100th digit of P, which is 9, by the way. Let's find out if you're telling me the truth. You punk. You think I will trust you, Hiroki? No. Oh, no. 100th digit of P. It's 5. You son of a gun! How dare you! Dude, that's why I'm sometimes, maybe sometimes even too often, checking stuff like that. Wink Cloud, you tried to lie to me. Hiroki, you bastard, you tried to lie to me. Hell, I would come out as a liar to all the people around, because I would believe that it is 9. Yeah, it's 5. According to the first search that I used, obviously. Oh, another place says it's 7. What the fuck? Huh? Wait, what? 100... Okay, you know what? We are going to believe it's 7. It's still different than what the game says. Doesn't have even a 9, any 9. 99, but it's in the very beginning. There is a 9 after the 7 that I said about. Yeah, okay, 100th digit of P is 7. It's Wolfram Alpha who says that, so, I mean, that has to be accurate. I'm gonna even do a screenshot of that for the video. And I will do it right now because I'll forget to do it later. 100th digit of P. Alright, let us continue. I think this will be a long episode, by the way. I'm starting to wonder whether she mightn't be some sort of celebrity who's going incognito, or maybe a spy when...
I think I can manage at least that much. If you want to know my name, then... Ahem. It's Shizuru.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not! It's Shizuru, goddammit, Mihama Shizuru! You little punk.
I mean, on the other hand, I understand why she would lie about that.
And it's really a pleasure to meet you. After running into Shizuru? Right, into Shizuru, of course. The two of us go on a date of sorts. We meander along aimlessly through Astoria streets, then towards the riverbank. Since it's so cold, parts of the river have frozen over. When we exhale, our breath escapes from our lips in puffs of white, which linger in the air before dispersing. We see a few swan boats out on the river, their heads and bodies painted a smooth, sleek white, but they're out of commission. Well, obviously. I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't be working given the weather, but that's still a bit of a bummer. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use it in a frozen river. Oh, come on, man. Oh, that's a nice background, by the way. That's nice. Dude, that river is frozen solid. Come on. What a pity. I've always wanted to ride on one of these, ever since I was a teenager. It was one of my dreams, in fact.
Really? No. I look at Shizuru. Taking her made-up face and her neatly styled hair, then frown. That seems like a pretty humble dream. I mean, why not? Especially coming from a woman like Shizuru, who, for I'm just guessing here, must come from a pretty wealthy family.
Well, yes. Riding in a swan boat with your partner is a common scenario which pops up in a romance manga.
Manga capital letter, goddammit.
I used to daydream about all sorts of lovey-dovey scenes in that, in my youth. If I never really had the chance to make those dreams come true.
Did none of the guys at your school want to help you fulfill your humble dreams?
I didn't go to school very much, unfortunately. Not high school, at least.
Huh? Now that's another interesting bit of info. I wonder what that means. You weren't a delinquent, were you? You weren't a wallflower, were you? What's a wallflower? Like, literally, what's a wallflower? I've never heard that being said. Wallflower. What's a wallflower? Impersonality. Encapsulates the central themes of the novel. Dude, that's not in that. Person being a wallflower. I don't want a movie, for heaven's sake. Okay, there we go. Wallflower person. Informal, shy person, especially a girl or woman, who is frightened to involve herself in social activities and does not attract much interest or attention. Sooner or later, someone would take pity on the poor wallflower and ask her to dance. You know what? I think there is someone else who would more fit into that. I bet you know who I'm talking about. She's with us on this trip. Our model. I'm gonna go with the delinquent.
Oh, I definitely skip enough school to qualify, but no. I'm sorry to shatter your delusions about me, Hiroki, but I was a model student when I did show up. I had to be. I didn't want to draw an unnecessary attention to myself. My classmates were predisposed to single me out, I think, because I was so different from them. I used to quite worry a lot about what they thought. But that's all in the past, I suppose. I didn't have time to date any boys, and I wouldn't have been able to. Anyway, my contract didn't allow for such things.
Being an idol.
It would have caused a huge scandal.
Her contract? What is she talking about? I'm trying to piece this together when Shizuru talks anew, her voice heavy with regret.
I was never able to ride on those swan boats when I was in school, and the opportunity has never presented itself since. It would have been nice if I could finally tick that off my bucket list. But I suppose that can be a goal for my future self to look forward to. For the present, I'm rather enjoying wandering around with you.
Are you sure? It's pretty chilly out here.
Ah, it is, you're right. My poor fingers are starting to freeze up. But that's alright.
Shizuru smiles, then steals up even closer to me. She presses her chest, which is rather large, hell yeah, against my arm, hell yeah, and says in a soft voice,
When I'm with you, I can hardly feel the cold. You are doing a remarkable job at warming me up.
well, thank you, I'm glad I can be of service, milady. If you've any further need of a portable heater, look no further. I'd be more than happy to volunteer myself up for the job.
Oh goodness me, how very thoughtful of you. If you're willing to let me take so many liberties with you, then perhaps I will. You're making me an offer I simply can't refuse.
Shizuru squeezes my arm with a little more strength as she giggles. Her laughter is light and lilting, and it hangs in the icy air about me like birdsong. Even Chizuru's laughter sounds elegant. There is something graceful about her, despite her chest being pressed against my arm. What does her chest has to do with being graceful? Come on, man. Her teasing personality, coupled with her mature demeanor, make it a little bit hard to get a read on her. But there is one thing, at least I'm certain of. I think that Chizuru is very charming. And I'm glad that I met her. My body heat might be warming her up, but her company is doing much the same to me. There is still icy and unforgiving, but it feels like I'm being soothed. It's hard not to relax in Chizuru's company. Yeah? We meander around about Rosenberg streets for a while, her arm looped through mine. Chizuru guides me to a fancy cafe, not the one where I sampled those delicious sweets with Mariana Hazel, where we both order cake and tea. Chizuru has a slice of strawberry shortcake, which seems very fitting for her, while I opt for something a little less extravagant. I'm not big a fan of sweets in general, so a single piece of banana bread is enough for me. Pathetic. We while away a couple of hours in the cafe, chatting with one another and sipping our drinks as patrons meander about around us. I drink 3 cups of green tea. During our conversation, what Chizuru has a hazelnut latte. You know I'm not a fan of coffee, so the tea more my alley, obviously. Once we've satisfied our appetites for the present, we then resume our wandering. Chizuru seems to be rather well acquainted with the area, and she takes me to a few spots of particular interest. We go to a park with several interesting statues, all of them depicting military men from Astoria's storied past. I take several photos while Chizuru explains some of the history behind these monuments. I wonder if she lives there. She takes me to an ornamental garden tucked away in the park, which has clearly seen better days. Since it's so chilly, the flower beds are looking pretty empty. There isn't much in the way of flowers to look at, for there is an ornamental pond that's rather pretty. The pair of us toss a couple of coins in the pond and make a wish, then continue our wandering. Chizuru takes me to a few shops where she pauses to examine scents in bottles and brand new scarves, and once she's had her fill of shopping, we visit an aquarium.
It's a lovely place with a lot of fish. There's a big tunnel made up of tanks, and oh, it's so wonderful. Walking through the tunnel feels just like being at the bottom of the ocean.
Them being in a cafe made me hungry.
I've been here several times, but I can never get enough of it. Coming here always makes me feel like a young girl again.
We got to the aquarium together, at Chizuru's effusive recommendation. The entrance fee is a little steep, but Chizuru offers to pay it.
It's my treat. I'm the one who asked you to come here, so it's only right that I pay for your entry. You wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for me after all.
I try to argue the point, because of course I do. It doesn't seem very manly, letting Owen pay for everything, but Chizuru politely declines. Dude, if you actually run into a woman that does not try to use you as a wallet, let her. I bet this would be basically a relationship where one person doesn't use the other. Lovely.
Please don't fuss so much, Hiroki. You need to look upon this as me doing you a favor. You already helped me once, now it's my turn to show you a bit of kindness in return. Besides,
Shizuru smiles deviously.
if you really want to show me a good time, you should save your philanthropy for when we go and get dinner. I wouldn't mind being treated to a fancy bottle of champagne or two.
Oh boy. Chizuru eventually wears me down and I agree to let her foot the bill for aquarium date. Not that it's a real date, I suppose. Come on, man. At this point it is. I mean, we're still strangers. No, it's a date. I hardly know Chizuru, but I'm having fun spending time with her. Oof. The day passes by in a blur, and before I know it, the two of us are having dinner together. Chizuru takes us to a fancy place. It's an elaborately decorated restaurant which has a menu written not in German, which is Astoria's main language. Let's go. Or English, which it is its second, but in French. Why French for heaven's sake? Nobody likes it. Astoria is much closer to Germany and Austria. I don't think many French people live here either. Lucky them, to be fair. But I guess French is synonymous with fine dining all across the world. No, it's not. Do you know why they drink a lot of wine? Because their food is not good. I mean, no, it is good when it comes to certain things. Certain things are just weird. Like frog. I've never tried. I don't feel like I would like to. I don't know about others, but to me, frog kind of, sort of equals with dirt. So I would not want that. I have some trouble with the menu, but Chizuru is able to translate for me handily. I wonder whether she's actually a fluent French speaker. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? Is either that or she's been here often enough that she has the menu memorized, something which wouldn't be too unreasonable. She seems to know Astoria very well. We have an enjoyable meal together, which is sullied somewhat by how self-conscious I feel. This is very upmarket restaurant, more so than the places I usually go to eat. It looks like the sort of place which should have a dress code. In fact, I think it probably does have a dress code, but all of the other men who are seated about the circle tables are wearing suits. I feel distinctly underdressed in my plain shirt and my denim pants. Dude, that is quite fine. But how was I to know I'd find myself somewhere so luxurious? If I'd known I'd end up coming here, I would have made sure to dress for the occasion. I don't fail to note how the waiters sniff at me when they present us with our champagne. They seem particularly perturbed by my hair, which is messy, and by my beaten up old sneakers. We are in sneakers. In winter. What are you, 12? It's basically reversing to my previous story about me and winter. Anyway. I'm surprised I was even let into this place, since the atmosphere is so glamorous. I must have gotten in because of Chizuru. I guess she's pretty influential. This makes me suspect, more strongly than ever before, that she's a celeb. But for Shizuru's talked to me quite a lot throughout the course of the day, she's not said very much about herself, nothing concrete at least. All I've been able to glean is that she's Japanese, she's only just turned 40. Oh, I did not expect that. And she's rather wealthy. What she does for a living, however, remains a mystery. Dude, I mean, you could connect it from what she said to you. When she was a teenager, she couldn't date because her contract forbids her from it. I mean, it's pretty obvious, to be honest, that from that already. And Japan also. Maybe she doesn't do anything for a living. Could she be a socialite? It would explain how she seems to know so much about other countries. If nothing else, I can tell that she travels a lot. In case, the two of us have a rather enjoyable time at dinner. The dirty glares the restaurant staff keep shooting me, notwithstanding. She usually handles most of the check, though I do pay for one of the bottles of champagne like I said I would. It's incredibly pricey, but I can just about cover it. But I will not be eating for that until the end of the month when I get back. My income as a photographer isn't the best, but I'm not completely destitute. Then, our food consumed, Chizuru suggests that we take our leave.
Would you mind escorting me back to my hotel, dear Hiroki? I don't know to be an imposition, but I think I might have drunk just a teeny tiny bit too much. I don't want to find my way back in the dark. And I don't know if I trust myself in these hills.
Understandable. I mean, as far as Astoria seems to be safe, you never know now with Europe. I understand.
You already saw how clumsy I am when I'm stone cold sober. I'd not take another spill on the sidewalk. That would be embarrassing.
It's fine. It's not an imposition at all.
Are you sure?
Of course, I was actually going to suggest walking you back myself. It would be bad manners to simply leave you, especially when you bankrolled for most of the day. If nothing else, I want to ensure that you get back safely.
Oh, I should have known you'd say that. You're a very kind Hiroki. I'm so glad I met you.
Me too. You've livened up what would otherwise have been quite a lonely day. Now, I prefer cheese with my arm. Do you need any help?
It would be appreciated. I'm feeling just a little unsteady on my feet.
A red-faced Shizuru sidles up to me, just like she did earlier, and twines her arm through my own. Then pressing her chest against my upper arm, she says,
"Shall we be on our way, my lord?"
Okay, this way, it's actually funny. We most certainly shall, milady. I bow my head in assent, playing along with Chizuru's old-fashioned manner of speaking without battling an eyelid. I'm used to playing different roles. It's part of and parcel of being such a popular guy, with so many different women vying for my attention. Now, would you mind giving me some directions? I'm afraid I don't know where your hotel is.
Yeah. That would make things rather difficult, wouldn't it? Right now, let me see. I think it was this street.
Chizuru gives me a few directions, I follow them obediently. With Chizuru still clinging to me, the two of us eventually make to her hotel. And what a hotel it is! I thought she'd be staying somewhere grand after we went to such a fancy restaurant, but it's even more luxurious than I was expecting. The hotel is one of the biggest buildings in the area, and looks to be one of the oldest too. Its exterior is made of stone. Welcome to Europe, you punk! And there is a coat of arms engraved onto the wall above the large entrance hall. This place doesn't look like an ordinary hotel, it looks more like a castle. Wait a second. Are we actually in the castle? Are we in... you know whose castle? All it's missing is a moat and some cannons. I stand outside the hotel. It can be called that for a few minutes, slack-jawed.
Hiroki, Hiroki, are you alright?
But Chizuru's sing-song voice brings me to my senses. I blink, then offer Chizuru a bashful smile. Yeah, I'm sorry. I must have been spacing out for a few moments. Let's get you indoors, shall we?
That sounds like a good idea to me. I'm starting to feel sleepy. And my poor souls are aching from all of this walking.
We did do quite a bit of walking, didn't we? Well, not to worry, I'll get you inside soon enough. Did you carry her? I ascend the stone steps which lead to the hotel's opulent entrance, just sticking to me like a grain of sticky rice. When I enter the lobby, which is every bit as grand, if not grander than its exterior. Chizuru directs me to her bedroom, and I obey her instructions. The hallways are plushly carpeted, and our footsteps make no sound as we walk to Chizuru's chambers. She then directs me to her pocket, where she asks me to extricate her room key. Apparently she's so worried even trying to open the door is more effort than she can exert. I insert the key into the lock, then push down on the door, then I usher Chizuru inside. Dude, key? Let's go. I'm so pissed at hotels in Poland that a lot of them, at least the ones that I was in, they use the electronic devices now. Like basically it's a key card, and it pisses me off, not gonna lie. I don't trust this stuff. She breathes a sigh of relief once she steps indoors, then smiles. That's a nice room.
Phew, I'm finally back. It feels like I've been outside for a small eternity. Thank you for helping me, Hiroki. You're such a nice young man. I knew the moment I saw you that you were a real gentleman. I am fortunate I ran into you. I had such a nice time tonight.
It's fine. Don't mention it. I'm trying to maintain my gentleman dignity, but Chizuru is standing awfully close to me, perhaps a bit too close. Her chest, which is sizable, yeah, as it should be, is pushed against my arm. It feels kind of nice, obviously. Freak you, Hiroki. I'm not going to say awkward. I'm saying nice, because that's what I think. I can feel her mouth intimately, so much I can't help but blush. She sure is making herself comfortable. I glance about the hotel room, for want of anywhere else to look. It's better than copying Chizuru's cleavage. But she's entirely I mean, I guess you could see some. But she's almost entirely covered. And take a look at the digital arm clock on the bedside table. There is none, there is a lamp for. It says plain as day that it's already 20:30. Let's go. It's pretty early, to be fair. Early evening. It's kind of late. Dude, it's early evening. I'll bet the others will be wondering where I am.
No, they got bored of you. They got bored of you, Hiroki. It's the end. I take over from now on.
Hey Shizuru, it's getting on. I think I should head back now, if you don't mind. I don't want to make my my travel companions worry. Well, it's not like I can just call Ayu and CO my harem, not in front of Shizuru. That would invite all sorts of questions, and it would feel a bit shameless to boot. What sort of guy openly states that he has harem anyway? Nobody. Nobody normal has one in general. This isn't the 1001 Nights, and I'm not an Arabian prince. Yeah, exactly, garbage countries, they had that. I'm just Hiroki, some average Japanese dude who works as a photographer. Fortunately for me, however, Chizuru doesn't even notice the slip of my tongue. She drank so much, I don't think she's in the right frame of mind to notice much of anything. She glances distractedly at the alarm clock, then gasps.
Oh yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for taking up your time, Hiroki.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I'll bet I'll be out of your hair in a instant. Don't let me keep bothering you.
It's really no bother. I enjoyed my time spent with you. In fact, I think I enjoyed it a little too much. It's because you were such a good company that I stayed up so late.
Oh, you.
Shizuru giggles, then nudges me in the side.
Tick. You really are a charmer. I'll have to be careful or I might end up falling for you.
Please do. Please do. A giggling Chizuru steps away from me, then reaches for her clothes.
I guess it's time to get ready for bed. All of a sudden it feels kind of warm in here. These clothes are all so constricting.
Hey, Chizuru! I called her, but my words fall off deaf ears. Yo, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice night clothes. Chizuru slips out her clothes, leaving them pooled on the floor, then sits down upon the bed. A large expanse of her milky white skin has been exposed to my roving eyes, so much so I start to fluster. I'm used to seeing women in various states of undress. Wait, is she not a Succubus? Even a very pretty woman, but Chizuru's actions were sudden and unexpected, enough to take me by surprise.
Why did she just take all of her clothes off?
Yeah, you say that, but she also put some other clothes on. She isn't trying to seduce me, is she? I know, man. Whether she tries or not, she succeeds. If so, she doesn't need to go to extremes like this. I already thought that she was pretty. But she's then prettier without all those clothes in the way. I'll be honest. I think woman can look sexier in clothes than without completely. There are certain garments which do that. Yeah, I'm saying that right now. I think that. Oh. I trace the lines of her body with my eyes, as if compelled by some greater force. I feel a little guilty of my lecherous ways, but I can't help myself. It's hard not to stare, not when she's so dizzyingly good looking. I knew that Chizuru was busty, but she's even bustier than I thought she was. That's good. The lacy cups of her bra are straining to contain her breasts, yeah. Better jiggling pretty hypnotically too. If it was Nekobara, we would have some animation. I can't tear my eyes away. Chizuru? Crap, this could be bad, man. If this keeps up, all the blood is going to start rushing to my head. The second hand, I mean. The second head. And to my second head too. That's what I said, goddammit, I know. I'm not sure where to look. I'm not sure what to do. I stand there, feeling more and more of my breath as the moments elapse. Dude, you would expect someone who has a harem of succubi to know what to do. Is Chizuru going to ask me to give her a good night kiss? A good night hug? Will she demand something more? This might be presumptuous of me, but a lot of pretty women have made moves on me. At this point, I'm almost begun to suspect it. I would be surprised.
Hiroki.
Shizuru says my name softly, her voice sultry. She looks at me with half-lidded eyes, her lips curved into a sensuous smile. 1 second passes. 2. Did she fall asleep? Chizuru exhales, her glossy lips pursed. Then, after a pause, she says,
It was so nice being able to spend time with you. But I don't know if I'm satisfied just yet. Do you want to get to know me a little bit better?
Chizuru's eyes bore into mine, half-lidded and sultry. For she isn't exactly being upfront about what she's after. I can tell what she's implying. She wants me to hang back to spend some quality time with her. Maybe order another kind of supper from the hotel restaurant. Talk a little bit. Hold some hands. Maybe stay the night. Sleep. Hug a little bit in the bed. Listen, we barely just met. It's obviously not going to be going too far. I don't know if I'm opposed to the idea. She's very pretty, but the hour's wearing on. You don't... Come on. It's late and I don't want to keep you and the others waiting for me. They don't know where I'm gone, so they'll probably start worrying if I spend too long outdoors. Stop. What should I say? Dude. Come on. You knew I would say that. Well, the answer to that is obvious. If a pretty woman is propositioning me, I'm hardly going to turn her down. We know they will understand in a way. They'll be like, maybe except for Ayu. All the others would be like, go for it, man. Ayu might taunt me a lot, but I'm not a complete idiot. I know I should make the most of the moments when they present themselves. So as for Chizuru in the positive. Well, of course I would love to get to know you better. Why wouldn't I, when you're so lovely? Is there anything particular you have in mind?
Oh yes, there are all sorts of things I'd like to do with you. My darling Hiroki. Ooh.
And so they talked the night out. Later that night. Told you they talked a lot.
Hiroki, you're back. It's good to see you again. It feels like it's been an age since I last saw you. How was your day?
Well,
Oh, so funny seeing fit to grace with your presence. Have you? What do you think of being, mister?
Here and there. Ayu's violet eyes are narrowed with self-righteous fury. She looks so red I would be surprised to see flames burning her irises. I've seen Ayu lose her temper on numerous occasions, but it's always a sight to behold. It's impressive that she's able to look so pissed given the copious amounts of pink she wears. Yeah. She's intimidating enough. But on a bad day, she could give Marina a run for her money. I wouldn't say she's intimidating. She's kinda like... I would say she's bark and no bite. Yeah. Maybe she's not that bark and no bite towards people who she could handle. But if it's someone basically stronger, she stands no chance. Anyway, I'm a little surprised to see that I was in the dining room, and the other members of my harem, for that matter. It's gone 21, but my Succubus harem plus Stefania are all sitting around the dining table. Isn't that a little late for dinner? Supper. Hey Cosmos, hey Ayu, and hello to the rest of you. I glance over at the other women who are assembled at the dining room table. Alice, Hifumi, Stefania, with Elizabeth standing beside her. I'm suddenly aware that for places have been set at the table, no food has been served. That's odd. From my experience, dinner in the palace usually commences at around 19. I wonder... you weren't waiting for me to come back before you served dinner, were you?
Indeed, we were. I told milady that we ought to continue as usual and let you have some leftovers once you had returned, but she refused to hear of it.
Elizabeth, you were in the right.
She said that she did not want to start eating until everybody was here. There, you see?
Ayu glares at me sullenly.
We've all been kept waiting because of your selfishness, Hiroki, and I'm starving.
I mean, you could have called, I guess.
I've been busting my cute little ass off all day for my upcoming concert. I'm completely exhausted. I was hoping to fill up on some carbs as soon as I got back, but somebody had to take freaking forever to get back.
I mean, again, you could have called.
Where the hell were you? I too would like to know that. It isn't very polite, you know, to keep milady waiting.
I mean, also, not like somebody told her to wait like that.
Now, Lizzie. I'm sure you had a good reason for staying out so late.
Hanging around.
And for failing to answer his phone, for I texted him about 15 times.
Okay, that's on him then. That's on him. I'm on your side, are you now?
Well...
A bed of cold sweat begins to form on Stefania's brow as awkwardly she smiles.
Maybe his phone ran out of battery, or else he simply forgot. It happens to the best of us. In any case, it really is my fault that dinner was delayed. I'm the one who insisted that we wait for Hiroki.
Yeah...
He never asked for dinner to be delayed.
True.
If you must blame somebody, you feel free to blame me.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Elizabeth is about to go into fury mode.
Oh, believe me, I'm blaming you. Or at least I would. If that maid of yours wasn't glowering at me like she wants to stab me with the silverware. Oh, Miss Ayu, you wound me. I would never do anything so cruel. I would only give you a bit of prod. There will be no prodding anybody with the silverware, not while I'm around. I don't want you hurting any of my guests, Lizzie. Even if they deserve it? Even so?
Elizabeth opens her mouth, then closes it. Then after a long pause she sighs and says,
Very well. My apologies, milady. For I don't think I did anything wrong.
I'm with you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth mumbles something very softly under her breath, so softly I don't quite catch it. I think Ayu did fall because an uneasy look crossed her face. The atmosphere in here has taken a significant plunge. Is this my fault? Kind of, yeah. 75%. I guess it has to be. I think back to everything Shizuru and I did in the hotel and I can't help but feel a prickle of guilt. Oh boy, all of that cuddling. What should I say? Apologize to Ayu. No, I'm going to apologize to Elizabeth. Even though it unfortunately involves Stefania. I'm sorry, Stefania, for holding the whole evening up. And I'm sure... I'm sorry to you too, Elizabeth. I hope I haven't caused the maids too many problems.
It has not been an ideal situation, no. But if you are suitably remorseful, I suppose I can overlook your transgressions.
Transgressions, huh? That's a pretty harsh word. Even if it isn't inaccurate.
Why are you so late for? What happened? That's what I want to know. What are you doing, huh?
Well... I don't have any real reason for being out so late. I just went for a walk and, well... I ran into a pretty woman and she took me on the tour of Rosenberg, and then we went on a dinner date and she got drunk. Then went back to her hotel and we got a little cuddly. That would be the truthful response. But I look so disgruntled already, I'm not sure if she wants to hear the truth. And it would probably be for the best if I kept my meeting with Shizuru to myself. Especially since you don't even realize who that was, I guess. Whatever. I don't want to upset Ayu. More than she's already, that is. Rosenberg is such a pretty city. I guess I just lost track of time. I was so busy wandering around, I didn't think to check my phone. I'm sorry if I made and if you worry. And I'm sorry if I delayed your dinner. You really shouldn't have felt the need to wait on me. I wouldn't have minded.
You might not have, but I would. It's the principle of the thing.
Ugh.
I agree with Stefania. It always feels much more cozy to eat when everybody is present.
Not in this case, for... Hifumi, you are standing too strongly on the side of Stefania as well. Ayu is correct over here. She's also been through, like, training of hers, preparing for the concert. I bet it was harsh. She would want to have, you know, if food is on 19, then the food's to be on that particular hour still. I mean, we are 2 hours later. So, yeah. Besides, to be fair, I shouldn't be speaking given that I eat food late, but eating food this late, kind of not recommended.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to enjoy the food properly without you, Hiroki.
Alright, Hifumi, you've convinced me. If it's you, I'm convinced.
Same here! Now that you're here, I'm sure that tonight's dinner will taste better than ever before!
Alright, I'm convinced. If it's Cosmos and Hifumi saying, I'm sold. I mean, they are two of my favorite girls, so...
I'm sure that the dinner would taste just fine, with or without Mr. Ogasawara. You hurt me, Lizzie! I have faith in our chefs. I know that they are capable of producing delicious cuisine which is more than capable on standing on its own. But I must answer to my lady's wishes. She wanted to wait, so that is what I did. Now that Mr. Ogasawara is here, however, we can begin in earnest. Let me go and report to the kitchen staff. The food shall be here shortly. Please do! Thank you so much, Lizzie! It is no problem. You know, you needn't thank me, milady. I would do anything for you after all. Well done! You are her maid! That's what you're paid to do!
Did you really have to sign that? I just bet doesn't respond to Ayu's sulky retort. Instead, she turns on her heels, presumably to head over to the kitchen. I meanwhile take a seat at the table beside Cosmos. There's a seat open beside Ayu too, but I think I'd rather take my chance of everybody's favorite candied internet idol. Internet capital letter. Cosmos for one isn't glad at me. She should be a much more pleasant companion. She's always a pleasant companion.
Hi Hiroki! It's good to see you here. I was starting to miss you. Did you have fun today? Oh yeah, I too would like to know what you've been up to. I, for my own part, was rather busy teaching Steffi the finer points of Karuta.
Ugh.
I've been rather busy, but it was rewarding at the same token. What of you?
Oh, I paused, feeling a little awkward. What should I tell Hifumi? It's not like I want to keep the day's events a secret from her. I don't think she'd really mind, but I don't want Ayu to overhear us. While Hifumi isn't one for being jealous, Ayu certainly is. I hem and haw for a little, feeling awkward.
My apologies for the way, my mistresses. And master, I'm proud to announce that tonight's dinner is now served.
But I'm safe from having to explain myself by the sound of the dining room door opening. Several maids enter, pushing trays laden with food and holding bottles of fancy champagne. These maids work in double quick time, laying down plates of steaming food before us and offering to pour us drinks. It only takes a few minutes before we've all been fully served, our plates groaning with food. I'm hungry now, god damn it. I'm not feeling particularly hungry, well maybe you. I already ate with Shizuru, well maybe you. But that others look enthusiastic. I want some of that food, man. It's 2 in the morning. I totally will eat something after I'm finished recording this episode. Cosmos stares at her food with wide eyes, her face positively sparkling.
Ooh, this looks great. I can't wait to dig in. You sure know how to spoil a girl, Steffi. Well, naturally. You're my steam gas. You deserve to be spoiled. I'm sure that Hiroki would agree with my assessment too, hehe.
Of course, I always like spoiling you where I can, Cosmos. For I think Steffi might be able to do a better job at it than me. I don't have a whole bunch of servants and I can't ask them to whip up an extra meal like this at short notice. Damn, if I'm not careful, I'm afraid Steffi might steal you all away from me.
I would not be surprised if that did come to pass. Milady is incredibly cute.
Nah.
As we all know.
A certain licks seem to be like, eh.
Her charms are such I imagine anybody could be won over by her regardless of gender.
Nah. I'm not won over, as you know. She's cute, but eh. I'd always choose Elizabeth. Yeah, and Cosmos. He for me.
If anybody deserves to have her own adoring harem, it is Milady.
Nah.
Oh, please, you exaggerate, Lizzie. I'm really not all that special.
I agree. I'm sure Hazel would disagree with that assessment. Even though that assessment is correct.
Hazel is no real indicator of taste. She draws over anything with a pulse.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's true.
Steffi is definitely droll worthy for. She's Omega Dorps.
Eh.
I would mind being a member of her harem myself. Especially if I can eat delicious food like this all the time. Where can I sign up to be one of your followers, Steffi? Followers?
Stefania frowns.
I do have a rapid pod account if you want to check it out. But I post under a pseudonym, and I mostly post screenshots from the various recent TV dramas I'm watching. I don't post any selfies. What? Why not? You're so pretty, it seems like a waste. Presumably. Presumably it's because she doesn't want anybody discovering her real identity. Having a social media account as a role is just inviting people to mess with you. Exactly. I don't want people telling me I deserve to be guillotined simply for existing.
No, don't worry.
I just want to have a safe space online where I can talk about the wonders of Japanese animation.
Fair enough.
As for myself, I do not have a Rapid Pound account at all.
Maybe it's a good thing.
I find navigating the internet,
Capital letter,
difficult at the best of times, without complicating matters for myself even further. I simply don't understand young people.
Come on, Hifumi, you're young.
It's not that tricky, Hifumi. I already said I can help you set all that up if you want.
Don't.
I think people would love to follow you.
Don't.
Do you really? Of course I know I would. That is very flattering, but I do not know if I want people following me. That sounds a bit troublesome.
Yeah.
I have had issues with stalkers in the past, and it's always unpleasant. You too, huh? Join the club. Same here. But following somebody online isn't the same as following them in real life. It isn't.
It really depends.
Nope, most people want followers online. That's how you grow your band. Social media is all about stalking people.
Guys, be sure to stalk my YouTube. While Ayu, Cosmos, Stefania and Hifumi chatter, Alice has gone strangely silent. I glance over at her, worrying that she might be having another one of her panic attacks. Oh, that's adorable. She's great, man.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. Alice doesn't look pained, and neither does she look particularly pale. Instead, she's staring at all of the lavish food set out before her, her eyes sparkling. Her smile is so white I can see her pearly white teeth glinting in her mouth. I don't know if I've ever seen Alice look so excited. Hey Alice. I give her a nudge with my foot under the table. Are you alright?
Yes, I'm just fine. Hiroki, I apologize if I made you worry. There is nothing wrong with me at all, but... Oh, all of this food.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's make myself even more hungry right now. My god, so good. Alice looks back at the fancy spread on the table. Her face is a little flushed. I think I can hear a stomach rumble, dude. I can hear my stomach rumble. Then, with a soft sigh, like a person newly reunited with their lover after many years apart, she says,
It all looks so good, I don't know where to begin. This pastry is freshly baked and flaky, and the potatoes are all covered in butter.
Oh yes.
The carrots have been sautéed to perfection, and the salmon looks so soft and pink. It's all incredible. If this is how other half live, then I'll gladly join Stefania's harem myself. I'll be her concubine. I'll do anything if I can eat food this good every single day. My concubine!
Stefania squeaks, her face turning crimson.
It's very kind of you to offer, Alice, but I don't think you need to go that far. I'm perfectly happy just being friends. How can we be friends when you've given me so much? You deserve much, much more than mere friendship. I don't think my company is worth very much. It's definitely not a proper exchange for all of this food. This is so much better than eating instant noodles at home alone in my crummy apartment. I think this must be true happiness. I finally ascended. I've reached enlightenment. There really is nothing better in the world than food.
I mean, maybe.
Spending time in a palace really is exhausting.
Alice exhales, sitting cross-legged on the bed. We finished with dinner at an hour significantly later than we would usually eat, and now Alice has retreated to her bedroom. I decided to join her, as did Hifumi. Cosmos, Ayu, Stefania, and Elizabeth meanwhile went off to do their own things. I'm not sure where they are or what they're doing, but I imagine they're fine. Alice is in a better mood than she was last night, presumably because this night's dinner went significantly better than the last. She didn't spill any soup over her lap, which is a marked improvement over what went down yesterday. She does look a little tired, however. Her head is hanging, and even her wings seem to be dropping from exhaustion. Dude, I got 4 achievements tonight. I did not even see them pop up. That's probably my fault. I did push dinner back for everybody, and though I didn't do it deliberately, I can't help but feel guilty. Alice sighs, or is that really a yawn?
It's gotten so late, and I think I might have eaten a little bit too much. I feel so sluggish now. Oh, you poor thing.
Hifumi smiles in that gentle, motherly manner of hers.
You did have quite a long flight a few days prior to. It's natural that you would be tired, given the circumstances.
Hifumi doesn't mention that she was on that long flight with us. But unlike Alice, who stayed awake for most of the trip, too anxious to sleep, Hifumi spent most of the flight dozing. Maybe that's why she adjusted the change in the time zone so well. That or maybe it comes with practice. I know as a seasoned actress, Hifumi has traveled all across the world to do on-location shooting. A little jaunt to Astoria should be nothing for her.
Do you want to rest your weary head? It might make you feel better. Here.
Hifumi takes a seat up on the bed, then pats her lap.
Make yourself at home. Oh,
Alice eyes Hifumi shyly, her face flushed.
That's very kind of you, but do you mind? I wouldn't want your legs going numb. It's quite alright. I'm a professional card player, remember. I'm accustomed to kneeling for long hours during my matches. I'm quite confident there is nobody better at being lap pillow than myself.
Yeah?
You can attest to my abilities, can't you, Hiroki?
Oh yeah. Your lap is plenty cozy. It's so cozy, in fact, that the last time Hifumi let me cuddle up to her like this, I got a little too relaxed. One thing led to another, and then... You should do it, Alice. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Hifumi's thighs are heavenly.
Heavenly? That does sound tempting. I can't help but worry it might be improper to use Lady Yue's own cousin as a pillow. But if you really don't mind then...
Alice inhales.
Perhaps in an attempt to steal herself.
Then she shuffles forward. Nice. 5th achievement of the night. Look at this. So nice. She lays down, resting her cheek upon Hifumi's thighs, and then looks up at Hifumi anxiously.
Is it alright? It's just fine, dear. I'm glad the fact that you took me up on my offer. It is rather gratifying to know that you trust me so much. Ooh. Well, of course I do. I can't help but trust you.
Alice yawns, tears begin to bed in her eyes.
You're really friendly. And yeah, you seem pretty responsible too. You're so mature. And you're patient too. You can even put up with my whining. You're
Another yawn.
kind of amazing actually. But I guess it's no wonder. You're related to Lady Yue after all.
I mean, technically, she was supposed to be the queen of Sakubai realm, so... She just was like, no, I don't want to.
Indeed I am. I'm rather fond of my darling younger cousin, even if she did used to be somewhat pushy. But I think she has worked through the worst of her envious tendencies. And so it would seem, have you? Do you think so?
Hifumi nods, still running her fingers through Alice's strewn tresses.
Marin told me a little about what you put Hiroki and the others through not so long ago. I thought that your means of catching Hiroki's attention seemed rather aggressive. But now I've had the chance to properly speak to you, I can see that you are quite sweet.
Yes, she is.
You're a lovely young lady. It has been a pleasure to spend more time with you. I know about that, but... thanks, I guess.
Softly, Alice laughs.
It's kind of crazy actually that I've been able to spend time with an amazing person like you. And that I've been staying in a palace. This whole experience has been a lot to come to terms with. It's kind of overwhelming. But I mean that in the best possible way. It's insane, but...
Alice smiles softly, her eyes half-lidded.
I was a little nervous at first, but you were right, Hiroki. Stefania. No, Steffi really is nice. She's been so sweet to me, even if I'm a loser. That it's almost enough to make me wonder whether I really am a loser after all. Alice.
Hifumi looks down at Alice, who's made herself rather at home upon her lap. Hifumi's expression, which is always gentle, softens even further still. She runs her fingers through Alice's long, silvery tresses and smiles serenely. Then in a voice sweeter than honey, she says,
You aren't a loser. A loser is a person who gives up at the first sign of adversity, who fails and cannot find the inner strength to pick themselves back again. I would consider such a person rather tragic. You are not like that, however. You might have run into many misfortunes during your life, and perhaps your way of overcoming them wasn't always the best. But no matter what happens, you keep picking yourself back up. You're working very, very hard. You are far from being a loser.
Hifumi's right, you're doing your best, Alice. Even if you're a loser, you're cute, so it's fine. No, I'm not going to say that. Hifumi's right. I agree. I know staying here must be overwhelming for you, especially given your past with Stefania, but I can tell you're trying to do your best to make amends. You're not to run away from what you did. You're not running away from what you did. You aren't trying to hide. You've been taking responsibility and trying to better yourself. And I think that's admirable.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
A soft blush captures Alice's face and softly she laughs.
I don't think there is anything all that amazing about me, really. In fact, it's the exact opposite. I think I'm the least amazing succubus out there.
Oh, Chotmad, how dare you?
I'm pretty awkward, and I'm not confident, I'm clumsy. But when anybody's being so kind to me, I don't know. It makes feel like even I can make something out of myself. What's that feeling called again?
Optimism, maybe? Alice falls silent for a few moments, perhaps to digest this remark. Her brow furrows. Then, her head still cradles on Hifumi's lap. She nods.
That's right, I guess I feel optimistic. I'm not used to feeling positive about, well, anything really, especially not myself. I never thought that I'd be able to change. But I think I'm becoming a better person little by little.
Alice yawns.
Need to keep trying. I'll hang in there.
Another yawn.
So please keep rooting for me. I'm going to do my very best.
Alice's voice trails off. Then her eyelashes clatter closed. Her brewing evens out and then... she falls fast asleep. Hifumi giggles softly, still running her fingers through Alice's strewn tresses. Her fingertips graze Alice's scalp as she's stroking a slumbering cat, and again, like a slumbering cat, Alice meows.
How very sweet. Don't you think she's adorable, Hiroki?
She is. I guess she is, yeah. Not guess, she is. When she's not having one of her panic attacks, that is.
I quite concur. Alice is a lovely girl. I just wish she'd have a bit more confidence in herself.
Yeah.
If only she knew how to relax. Then I knew that I think she would be perfect.
She's amazing. I mean, say what you want, I really like Alice.
I suppose perfection is a difficult thing to strive for.
I don't think you should try that.
Not many of us can achieve it, myself included. Well, at the end of the day, we all have flaws, no matter how we try to mask them. I suppose it speaks a good deal to your character, Hiroki, that you can continue to love Alice, and the rest of us too, despite our defects.
What are you talking about? Well, it's like you said, nobody's perfect. I know, and definitely not. It's not possible. So it would be pretty hypocritical of me if I started demanding perfection from my partners too.
Aptly put, as always. I suppose all we can do is to try and get along with one another as best as we can, despite our numerous faults and flaws.
A smiling Hifumi continues to run her fingers through Alice's tresses, prompting a series of briefy sighs from our resident self-conscious Succubus. Alice doesn't look anxious when she's sleeping for once. All of the worry has faded from her face. Her lips no longer curve downwards in their customary frown. Technically, during dinner she also didn't have that, so... watching her doze is quite comforting, actually. But I can't exactly stand here watching her sleep forever. Hifumi seems to share these thoughts because she slides Alice off her lap, very gently taking care of me not to wake her up. Then she stands, her Succubus attire melting away to reveal her kimono. I love her that outfit.
She's a nice girl, even if you met her under less than ideal circumstances. Given I'm quite a bit older than her, I cannot help but worry about her.
Is that really unique to Alice? I thought you worried about everybody, Hifumi.
Well, you aren't wrong there. Fusing about other people is in my nature, as much as I might wish that it wasn't. She's always calling me an interfering busybody. I suppose that's better than being called a shirnak or an old harpy, like she sometimes calls Marina.
How dare she? I guess you get pretty lucky, comparatively speaking.
I know, I feel very blessed. You're right, Fo. I do worry about everybody, it's in my nature. But I worry about Alice more than the others. She's a new addition to our entourage, and I think that she's still struggling to find her footing. She's unsure of herself, and she's anxious. She doesn't quite fit in yet. Or no, she doesn't believe she fits in. No, one only needs to look at her to see that staying in the palace has been causing her a lot of stress. That's why I decided to check in on her, to see whether she was alright.
I think you did a good job. She looks a lot more relaxed than she was.
Oh, I do hope so. I'm very glad if my presence can console others. I do my best to make people feel at ease. But I have been feeling somewhat weary myself, as a matter of fact.
You have? I know about that. Hifumi is so good at projecting the aura of tranquility. It can be hard to tell how she's really feeling.
Yes, indeed. I have been awfully busy since I arrived in Astoria. I've been with Stefania around the clock, teaching her how to play carta, which is not a bad thing, you understand. I found it an enjoyable and enriching experience. I really enjoy seeing how Stefania's grasp on the game has improved. If I'm being wholly honest, I think part of me enjoys being called teacher. It is rather nice having such a dutiful pupil who's so very eager to learn. But staying inside the palace can be a bit stifling. I rather wished I could join you on your walk earlier today, as a matter of fact.
Same.
But I was otherwise occupied. I tried to act calm and level-headed for the sake of my Succubus sisters, but I confess that even I need to take breaks every once in a while. Having people relying me incessantly can be wearing. Which is to say...
Hifumi smiles at me. It's a gentle, understated sort of smile, one which reminds me of a perfectly blooming camellia.
Would you mind going for a stroll with me in the palace's gardens, Hiroki? God damn it! This episode doesn't want to end, man! I know that it is late at night, and it is rather chilly, but I think the fresh air might do me some good. For just a brief moment, I would like to chance to clear my head, and I would say very much to do so with you.
I would like to eat something, people.
The moon really is beautiful tonight, do you not agree?
Yeah, sure is something, right? The moon does look rather pretty, as Hifumi stated. It's an almost perfect sphere. Looks like almost perfect sphere. Just like a crystal ball. It's pretty cold outdoors, so much so I had to bundle up in a jacket before stepping out, but the sky is relatively void of clouds. The dark navy sky overhead is full of coldly twinkling stars, which all shimmer brightly above the moon. The moon is the real star of this celestial show, however. Its ghostly light brushes the trees in the royal palace's garden, dyeing them of faint silvery sheen. It's so very late and it's so very dark, I feel like I'm wandering through a dream myself. Though most of my dreams aren't quite this chilly. Still, picturesque though the gardens might be, my attention is captured not by the foliage but by Hifumi. I've always thought that Hifumi was attractive, but now she looks even more so. Dude, she's the most beautiful of all, I think. She's so good looking, in fact, it's faintly astounding. Her long dark hair seems to melt into darkness, which surrounds it, and her eyes glow. I'm reminded of the very first time I met Hifumi in the flesh. I mean, I'd seen Hifumi dozens, maybe hundreds of times on the big screen before our paths crossed. I never imagined back then that I'd one day get a chance to meet the Yamamoto Hifumi in the flesh. I thought I was out of her league, and to be honest, I think I still am. It's hard for me to countenance that I'm walking through the dark with such an incredible woman. Am I sure this isn't a dream? I feel obliged to pinch the inside of my arm to see whether this might jolt me awake. But my reality doesn't waver. I guess this is my world now. I'm with Hifumi, both of us bathed beneath the moonlight. And for whatever reason, she really does seem to love me. How in the world did this happen? Oh my god. Yo, this is so beautiful. Yo. She looks stunning, man. I'd be willing to break up with all the other succubuses for Hifumi only, not gonna lie.
Oh, Hiroki, look.
Hifumi's gentle voice draws me from my musings. I glance upwards, the hem of my shirt catching in a breeze, and look at Hifumi. She's standing by a bush peppered with white, ghostly flowers, their petals even lighter than the moon overhead. I'm not sure what these flowers are. I'm not much of a botanist, same. So my pool of references is limited, but I've never seen anything quite like this before. They look a little like lilacs, but the shape isn't quite right. They're growing in a bush, not in a flower bed, but I don't think they're white roses either. How mysterious. Maybe they're a native species to Astoria. That would explain why I've never seen it before. That and the fact that I spend most of my waking hours in my apartment or in the office. You don't really get the chance to drink in the beauties of the natural world when you live in Tokyo, and you have to commute over an hour to and from work every morning.
Don't you think these flowers are lovely? I think they would make for a charming addition to a wedding bouquet. Or maybe even a wedding dress.
Hifumi's eyes find mine. Knowingly, she smiles. I'm well aware of what she's hinting towards. She's being exactly subtle, but all of a sudden I feel abashed. There's no way a woman like Hifumi would be discussing marriage with me. Why not? This shouldn't be happening. Why not? It should be possible, but... Well, I already tried pinching this at my arm, but that didn't wake me up. I should just accept at this point that this is already happening. Hifumi probably wants me to pop the question. I want to ask her. It's a perfect location for it. It's quiet and secluded, and very pretty to boot, but... Yes. Shouldn't I have first dips? What? No. Dude, why all the options deny me asking her? I want to ask her. I'm annoyed. And no, I shouldn't have first dips. Let's go with the second. This feels a bit sudden. Why? I'm not too young to get married, but I'm definitely too broke, speaking of which. But I want... I'm not sure if I'd be able to afford that. You're a famous actress who deserves the most lavish ceremony available. My funds are pretty limited for... I think it'd be a struggle to afford a bouquet, let alone a dress. Or a venue.
Yes, I imagine as much. I know that your lifestyle is rather... humble. But that is where I would come in. I myself am not hurting for money. I would have no qualms at all with paying for some or all of the wedding. You are misunderstanding me, however, my dear Hiroki.
I am? Hifumi nods.
I might be a woman of some renown, but I do not desire a fancy wedding.
She's perfect.
I have no particular interest in pomp, and neither do I want to put on a show.
She's perfect.
I do not want my wedding to be a spectacle. She's perfect. I would far rather it be a quiet, intimate affair, just me, my husband, and a few of our friends.
She's perfect, man. She's the one. She wins it all.
I'd wear a white dress, of course. I adore kimonos, but a white wedding dress are simply too darling. And my husband... Well, what do you think he would wear, Hiroki? Do you have an ideas?
I don't. Dude, a suit, for heaven's sake. I open and close my mouth like a snapping turtle, feeling more than a little out of my element when...
Oh my.
Someone is around, isn't there? I'm interrupted by a gasp from Hifumi. She's looking away from me. Finally, I feel like I can breathe, her head upturned. Her long dark hair flutters behind her in the breeze, as the trailing sleeves of her kimono. I wonder what caught her attention. I follow Hifumi's gaze, raising my head upwards and... Now I see. Hifumi is gazing at the palace, the balcony, to be more precise, which overlooks the garden. I recognize the balcony, it's near Stefania's bedchamber. Ugh, fuck's sake. I know this for a fact, as I've been up there myself a couple of times. Please, don't involve her in the scene as well. It was on that balcony that I had a moonlit conversation with Stefania, cool, during my first visit to Astoria. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go for a walk. While I was meandering through the palace's darkened hallways, I came across the balcony. I stepped outside for a bit of fresh air, just as I did with Hifumi earlier, and I chanced upon Stefania. She was wearing her nightgown, and she was leaning against the stone balustrade of the balcony, looking pensive. I had quite a heart-to-heart with Stefania back then. Why is this so about her again? I don't care. She confided in me about her feelings of loneliness, isolation, and I told her that I would try to console her. She asked if I would take her out on a date. I suppose the rest is history. Yeah, it's history, let's not talk about it. As for why I'm reliving this not so distant memory, however... Well, unfortunately she's there again. She recalls standing on balcony again, wearing the same gauzy nightgown that she was wearing our moonlight encounter. Has she been having trouble sleeping again? I hope she isn't feeling melancholy. She's a sweet girl, so she often feels stifled by the environment. She's insulting for the princess who believes she's all the world. She's a lot kinder than that. I don't know what she's prompted. What's prompted is fine to take to the balcony at such an hour for. It's pretty hard to tell from afar. It's not like I can talk to her, not when I'm all the way down in the garden. The balcony is pretty high up, so I can't get a good look at Stefania's expression. I don't care. I think she's seeing me and feeling for because she's looking at us. Then she starts to wave. That's kind of cute. That's normal. Please, let's not join her. Please not. Okay?
Oh look, it would appear that we've been spotted. Hehe. Let's say hello to her. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hifumi waves back to Stefania, moving her right hand in graceful arc. The long sleeve her kimono billows in the breeze, catching the milky moonlight. Dude, this lovely evening has been ruined right now. Stefania's waving pretty enthusiastic, but Hifumi is being much more measured. Stefania maybe praises, but she's acting like a child. Hifumi meanwhile looks more like royalty. Technically she is. Which I guess she is. Hifumi was next in line to be the queen of the Succubus, but she abdicated. Ha! Joke's on you, I said this earlier. I guess that means Hifumi has blue blood in her veins, just like Stefania. Only that's why she and Stefania get along so well. Yeah. Well, whatever. I find myself waving at Stefania too. I don't. She looks enthused by this because she waves even more vigorously, so much so I'm a little worried she might tumble over the ledge of the balcony in excitement. Now that would be pretty dramatic. I don't want Stefania to get hurt, not over little old me, so I drop my arm. Then I look at Hifumi. Do you think she wants to talk to us?
What? No! It seems like quite the assumption, yes. When does Stefania ever not want to talk to you?
I wish the answer was always.
She's rather smitten with you,
unfortunately.
Look at the way she's getting on. She's acting like a love-struck schoolgirl.
Shoot me. Do you really think so?
But of course, she appeared rather morose, but her eyes lit up when she saw you.
Can you tell from distance? I can't really see what face she's making.
We Succubi have better eyesight than ordinary people do, and we are adept at seeing in the dark too. It is but another one of our talents.
Right, of course. I've been with my Succubus harem for over a year, but they still find new ways to surprise me. I was stunned when I discovered Succubi can use magic to alter their appearances, open locked doors, travel between great distances, but now I'm discovering they also have night vision. What gives? Is there anything they can do? Their list of suspiciously convenient powers keeps getting bigger by the second.
You'll simply have to take my word for it, Hiroki. Stefania looks enchanted by you, as per usual.
Ugh.
It is quite sweet, really, the way she looks at you.
Ugh. I don't doubt you. But you're here too, don't you think she's excited to see you?
I doubt she's displeased to see me. But she has spent all day with me, remember? We're playing Karuta together. I'm sure that you are the one Stefania wants.
Oh my god. I want Hifumi for.
Look, she's beckoning to you now.
Yeah, you're right. Stefania stopped waving to my relief. I was worried she really might topple forwards, and now she's gesturing at me to join her. Oh my, just shoot me right now. I may not be able to see her expression, but her gesturing is pretty unambiguous. And I guess that's my plans for tonight sorted. Do you want to come with me, Hifumi? I'm interested to see what she has to say. I'm not. How about you ask me? I'm not interested.
If you would not mind, then I shall graciously accept the invitation.
Oof, at least Hifumi will be around. That saves my sanity.
I too would like to know what it is Stefania wants. If something is waving on her mind, I might be able to comfort her. And even if nothing is waving on her mind, I think it would be nice to speak to her regardless.
Hifumi laughs wryly, while cupping her cheek with one hand.
Perhaps I was right about me after all. In my old age, I fear I'm becoming something of a busybody after all.
You are not old for. End it. Fuck, it didn't end. You know what? I need to eat something. I don't care. So for you it will not be a break. I'm just going to take a break. It's 3 in the morning, by the way. I'm gonna go eat something quickly. And I will finish this after I'm done with eating. Also, holy crap, I changed the position and my head is... swirly a little bit. I'll see you in 2 seconds. Told you it would be a moment. Oh boy. Those 2 yogurts were so good. And also some grapes. I'll have a good night's sleep after we finish this episode. Unless it really will continue until end of existence.
Hiroki! Hifumi, you came!
Stefania greets myself and Hifumi with a bright beaming smile. It's dark outdoors and the lights in her bedroom are dim, which... not really, it's light as hell. Which lends her spacious chamber a sultry sort of feeling. What are you talking about? This place is not dim in the slightest, it's light. Stefania herself, meanwhile, is attired in that white nightgown, which is sort of purplish too, of hers which seems to she seems to favor so much soft and silky. Her blonde hair tumbles about her slender shoulders, green. Yeah, we see how she looks. She smiles shyly and then says,
"It is very good to see the both of you tonight, but I hope it was not interrupting anything."
Yes, you were actually. I was about to ask her to marry me. God damn it.
So if so, I must apologize. Oh, it's quite alright. Hiroki and I were just going for a walk to get some fresh air. We're not discussing anything particularly profound.
Yes, we were.
You have nothing to worry about at all. In fact, I'm rather glad that you called out to the both of us.
You are? What?
You are? What? Naturally, I have no qualms with spending more time with you, dear Stefania. I have. And I'm sure Hiroki feels the same way.
Not if he had my insight into deciding.
I do not think that the pair of you have had much of a chance to spend the time together during Hiroki's stay here.
I mean, we are quite literally here the first day. We arrived yesterday. We ate and went to sleep. Come on.
Would I be correct in that assessment?
Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, we're on wrong. I don't care. I've been busy learning karate from you, which
It's one day.
I guess to let you know I appreciate. I've rather enjoyed our lessons. I really cannot thank you for me, teacher, especially when I know how very busy you are. That is quite alright. I'm glad you have been finding our sessions instructive. I consider myself rather fortunate too that you are such a hardworking student. Coaching you has been an invaluable experience. Oh yeah, I'm so glad. I've been worrying that I've been making too many demands on you, hehehe. And I worried I've been a poor host to you too, Hiroki.
No. Good. It's all good. The more I can spend time with other Succubus girls, the better.
I hope it not made you feel unwelcome here.
I don't think you can even try. You came to collect me from the airport. You've been spoiling me with lavish food every single day. It's literally the same first day. By first day, I mean as in full day. I feel quite blessed.
Well, cute, I'm glad to hear it. If anybody with my wealth could arrange for such things. Perhaps such lavish dinners is quite a trivial matter for me. I mean, preparing.
Not like you're the one who prepares them. I had to.
Not that I mean to flaunt my wealth, of course. I meant only to say poorly this, that I fear I have to let my love for Karuta consume all of my waking hours.
Yes!
I fear I've been a burden up to you, teacher.
Oh, I have let. God damn it. My mind registered it. I have to let. So in the future as well. God damn it.
I fear I have been burden up to you, teacher. And I was also worried I have been neglecting you, Hiroki.
Don't worry about me, really. I have people I will spend time with.
I've been worrying about my contact to such a degree I could not sleep a wink tonight.
Is that you are still awake? Stefania nods. What a pain.
I've been looking forward to seeing the both of you again for such a long time, but now that you are here, I fear I'm not utilizing my time at all correctly. I do not wish to burden you, teacher. And I do not wish to ignore you either, Hiroki.
Why not?
It is quite a conundrum.
No problem.
I took matters through Lizzie, and she said I was thinking too much.
I'd be inclined to agree with Lizzie there. She's pretty sensible when she's not making out cosplay as a maid, that is.
But all the same, are you certain I haven't made either of you uncomfortable?
Oh, Stefania. But why nobody asks the third person here? Hello? A small smile captures his lips. Then taking a small step forward, she takes Stefania's hands in her own. Excuse the name here for massage.
You are a good girl, but I fear you might be a bit too good for your good. Well, good. What? Beg your pardon! What do you mean, Sensei? I mean you worry about other people more than you ought. I would guess to use her as an example, but maybe you should take a leaf out of Ayu's book. Now she's a truly headstrong, confident individual who does not care what others think of her. For the most part, at least.
Yeah, I was more sensitive than she looks. I'm not sure if I was the best example. I mean, again, dude, the scene when she comes in clutch. Yeah, she's more sensitive than she looks.
Indeed she is. Despite the way she carries herself, she's quite a sweet girl, really. But she knows how to mask her anxieties, and she knows who to prioritize.
Yeah, good.
You meanwhile worry about everybody else too much.
True.
Caring for others is an admirable trait, but you needn't work yourself up so. Try to take solace in the thought that both Hiroki and myself appreciate you immensely. Do you really? Yeah, indeed, I'm being sincere.
His smile stands on a more devious edge. Stop. Stop. Stop.
But perhaps it will take more than dialogue to persuade you of this fact.
Stop.
What do you think, Hiroki?
I think we should get out.
Should I endeavor to impress the true nature of my feelings upon dear Stefania here in a manner so upfront, not even she can hope to return them?
No.
He?
Stefania looks between myself and me, her expression politely perplexed. No. The answer is no.
What does that even mean?
I think I have a pretty good idea, and I think I will not be given an option, huh?
I'm certain you do. I knew that we were on the same wavelength.
We are not on the same one.
Stefania may be a touch too innocent to understand my insinuations. But that is alright.
Let's get out of this room.
If you consent to let me care for you, then I shall ensure you will not be overly innocent by the time this night ends.
They will be cuddling a lot. Is that it?
Oh, time to sleep, man.
Listen, it's not like I don't enjoy the story. I do enjoy this stuff, okay? As you know, I love Sakura games. Because... I mean, dude, I don't have a reason to explain why. I just do. I just do, that's all. But it's middle of the night. Not gonna lie, lately, if I was doing something on the night, it was streaming. I was able to record during the day. At the moment, unfortunately, that is quite an impossibility. Which pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to connect both of those, to be honest. But it is tough for us common folk, I guess. What I'm getting at is... I know, I just got unused from recording visual novels at night, I guess. Yeah, that's the issue, kind of. And we are basically going at it for 2.5 hours. So it's been a while. I still have to edit that stuff tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh boy. I've got my... By today, tomorrow I mean today actually. Oh boy. Alright. Let's cut it for today. Don't mind me acting weird towards Stefania. I don't dislike her. I just don't find her as a character that should be in the relationship here in general. She just doesn't feel like that kind of character. That's about it. She's sweet. I don't know if I mentioned it before. She's kind of like a more of a daughter material, basically, I would say. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. But whatever. I still want my time with, you know, with Elizabeth. Will I get anything? Anything at all? I want Elizabeth, god damn it. Anyway. I need some sleep. So I'll end it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Despite me being a mess. Consider liking the video, subscribing and so on. Always super appreciated. If you see someone in need of help on the street because they fell down, if you're a guy, if she fell down, if you're a gal because he fell down, go help that person. And that's it. And have a great day. Maybe they will take you into an expensive restaurant, who knows. I'm out. Good night. Bye bye.